Welcome back, Fit Crew, and today we are back in the kitchen and I have like a bare essentials, like what you just may have on hand. I have a pound of lean hamburger meat. I've got a couple deals of minute rice. I have some peas and carrots, frozen peas and carrots. We're gonna cook these in the microwave. So this goes for 6 minutes. So while those are cooking, it'll have time to cool off and everything. I got the pan preheating over a medium heat. And once those are out, then we'll pop one of these in for 1 minute. That'll be our carb. And then we'll get some good nutrients with the carrots and the peas. So with that, we are looking at, and we'll be eating half of this. So we'll get a high amount of protein in. Usually when it's cooked down, you know, it says a pound, so you think 8 ounces. No, well, when everything's cooked out, you come out with about 6 ounces of actually cooked beef, and that's how I calculate my macros when it's cooked out. So when it's raw, you're not eating raw. So I mean, that up. I'm gonna grab a spatula. Go ahead and get this cooking. This is just the bare essentials. You know, you'll either have like some frozen veg or some vegetables that's in the can or whatever. You might have some like instant rice, or maybe some rice that you can cook in the rice cooker or on stovetop. You can have like a pound of ground turkey, beef, maybe a couple chicken breasts or something. But yeah, this is a bare minimum meal that, you know, you should be able to have on hand. So we will season this up. I'm gonna go in with some pepper and do a little bit of this Cavender's Greek seasoning. It's a good little seasoning to have on hand. Season that up. There should be plenty of seasoning. And break that all up. And if you watched my previous video when I was making the pasta, you know that this 96.4, it pretty much all cooks out. There's really no drainage you have to do. You can slide that around your pan. We'll actually turn this, you know what, let's make this into a 1-pan meal. This will feed us for 2 days. I'm just going with what I have on hand at the house. So it's just one of those weeks where I'm just like throwing stuff together. So we'll make this a 1-pan meal. We'll go ahead and cook both of our rice packets, and we'll throw this whole bag of everything in there, and then we'll prep it out into one container and then separate it from there. You know, just pretty much take half of this and eat it for tonight's dinner. I still have a workout video to get done, and hopefully I should have enough time to do that. So was thinking about making a shepherd's pie, but I didn't have the mashed potatoes for it. So I was like, you know what? Let's make like a little, beef and rice bowl with carrots and peas. Get a good source of vitamin A from the carrots, get a good protein source from the peas, add some more protein with the beef, good carb source with the brown rice and wild rice. It's a good little bowl you can have, season it up however you want. Break that beef down into small little bits. While we're waiting on this to brown up, waiting on that to finish, it's got about 30 more seconds and we gotta let it rest for about a minute or two in the microwave. Let's go ahead and go over these macros. For this meal right here, we are looking at 530 calories and we are looking at 45 grams of protein, 60 grams of carbs, 11 grams of fiber, 10 grams of fat, 3 grams saturated fat, 285 milligrams of sodium. That's, if you're on a low sodium diet, that'll definitely work out for you. We're getting 60% of our daily value of vitamin A and a good source of iron in there, 36% on that. So that's good macros for this meal. If you're on a low calorie, high protein diet, this will work out good for you. And low sodium. So if you're kind of like on that DASH diet, if you have some hypertension issues, which as Americans, it's insane that the average American's diet consists over 3,400 milligrams of sodium. And like the American Heart Association recommends you eat 2,300 milligrams. And if you have like hypertension issues, you need to be eating around 1,500 to 1,600 milligrams of sodium a day to reduce your risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, all that stuff like that. And if you are experiencing that, make sure you're drinking enough water if you're eating a high sodium diet. I try to at least get a gallon in a day, and you can make it taste better. You can buy some supplements like some BCAA, some branched chain amino acids, and they have, just make sure you get the ones, I use the brand Dymatize because they don't do any of they don't have any of the yellow numbers or red numbers or anything like that. Like it's pretty much, they've got stevia in it and that's about it. But it gives you, it's high in B12, it's high in vitamin C. You can take that as a vitamin C supplement as well. But I do that. I put branch, and it's colorless, so it doesn't look like you're drinking Kool-Aid or anything like that. But yeah, that's one good supplement. If you want, I'll go ahead and show it on camera now what it is. It's just the Dymatize all 9 aminos, and it's pretty. You can go over that right there, and that's what I put in my gallon of water just to make it taste a little bit better. I can drink a gallon no problem, tasteless. I love water. I used to not. I used to drink 3 or 4 Dr. Peppers a day, sodas and all that. That's terrible for you, and I still drink a ton of coffee in the morning time, but I do make sure I get my gallon to gallon and a half of water a day, depending on how hard my workout's going to be that day. But make sure you're getting enough water. It's insane. I think I read a study the other day, over 50% of Americans are dehydrated. You're not getting enough water. So please make sure you're drinking enough water. If you want a good starting point, take your weight, divide it by 2, and then divide it by 16.9, which is just a regular bottle of water. That's how many bottles you should be drinking. I think that's right. I think I did that right. So I'm 180. 180 divided by 2 divided by 16.9. Yeah, so I should be just standardly, if I'm sedentary, like around 5 bottles of water a day. So, okay, I think our beef is good. We're gonna pop that out. Pop the veggies out of the microwave. And then we are going to dump those in there. And you might want to add just a little bit more seasoning. We're gonna have to cook these rice packets one at a time. Cook that, stir this around. If you have kids, I mean, this is a good meal for kids. You know, if you want to get your kids on a healthier track, definitely throw this in there. I mean, they will not taste like, you throw it in there, like, this was supposed to be shepherd's pie. Like, you throw mashed potatoes on top of this and put it in the oven under the broiler. And like, it's just a good way to get, you know, get started on some veggies, you know? So we got that in there, waiting on that rice. Okay, that one's done. We're going to turn the heat down on our stovetop. Throw that rice in. The brown rice and wild rice are full of fiber, and also the peas and carrots, you know, a good source of fiber. If you are experiencing issues going to the restroom, I suggest you up your fiber intake. But if you do that, make sure you up your water intake also, because a lot of fiber, you know, you're going to need water with it. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself. You know, that's the main thing. I am just going to add just a little bit of this Lawry's seasoned pepper. Just make a couple of trips back and forth, just like that. That second rice is done. Dump that in there. Get that all incorporated. Turn the heat off. Make sure everything's stirred up. Let's go ahead and plate this. Make sure it's pretty smoothed out. That is a ton of food. You know, this will definitely fill you up, and you're hitting good macro and micronutrients. And look at all this food you're getting. You could split this into 4 meals if you want to, but I'm pretty hungry, so I'll just eat this. This is a 1-pan dinner, everybody. Mound of food that we're getting out of this is insane. And we're still getting food. It's pretty good. We'll throw that, we'll let that rest there. Look at this mound of food you get. That's only, I think, 530 calories, but that is a ton of food. Yeah, 530 calories. So you're looking at 45 grams of protein right there. You're getting a good lean piece of meat in there, your veggies with the peas and carrots, and a good source of carbohydrates with the brown and wild rice. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and please like, subscribe, and share to the channel, and I'll be coming back with some more recipes. All right, you guys have a great night. Thanks.